Future plans continue to move forward at the Huntingburg Airport. More from last night's meeting. Plus, Carrie Schneider is back with our friends from the DuBois County Humane Society, and radio show host Tony Smith is our guest this evening on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. More on our lead stories in a moment, but we begin this evening with the arrest of a Jasper man after he crashed his scooter on Jasper's north side yesterday evening while riding intoxicated. Jasper police say 49-year-old Scott Welp was eastbound on 41st Street near Mannheim Road at 10:55 p.m. last night when the accident occurred. Police say Welp attempted a U-turn on his scooter but failed and his scooter overturned, according to police. Welp complained of rib pain and he was taken to Memorial Hospital for treatment of his injuries. Police say Welp's BAC registered at 0.19% or more than twice the legal limit. After treatment, Welp was lodged in the DuBois County Security Center. He is charged with operating while intoxicated. Memorial Hospital EMS assisted at the scene. Future plans at a local airport continue to move right along. Last night, the DuBois County Airport Authority was given an update on a recent meeting with the Federal Aviation Administration concerning a draft of the airport's Environmental Assessment, or EA. DCAA President Michael Cummings says the meeting, which was held back on October 30th, was more of an introduction as several personnel changes have taken place at the FAA in recent weeks. He says all went smoothly at the meeting.
It was very well received. We had very limited comments. They liked the way it looked in concept with the potential bridge over County Road 200. That all looked fine to them. So we're going to button up all the loose ends, get that finalized, and hopefully put out a draft for public review in December, January timeframe.
In the end, Cummings says getting to a stage where the FAA likes the plan enough to give the go-ahead to make it public is important.
That's a very critical step. Obviously, we are a public agency, and we are here to advance, a public mission. So, public, impacts are very important to us. All the comments that would be made in about the environmental assessment would actually go into the document, and so that feedback would be represented in the document itself, and it's something we take very seriously.
A public hearing may be held at some point during the December or January timeframe, though such a hearing would not be required unless one is requested by the public. In other business last night, the board gave its approval for offering a bid of $4,500 on an easement on a parcel of land near the airport. The land, just over 2 acres in total, also includes just under 6/10 of an acre of forest land that would have the trees removed so that planes could land on the runways at night. Cummings says the acquisition of the easement is a necessary step for the airport.
We need this easement basically to complete that work and to make sure we have access to maintain that area in the future. We look like we're ready to make that offer, and we'll continue negotiating with the property owner and hopefully come to terms.
The owner of the property, Mabel Bartle, would retain the right to the use of the land under the terms of the board's offer. The board authorized Cummings and board attorney Phil Schneider to present the offer to Bartle for her consideration. Bartle would have 30 days to make a decision on the offer once it was presented. Also last night, the board received an update on the ongoing Runway 9 project. The board heard that a recent wetland study found an indication of a stream in the area, though all should still be well to proceed with the project. The board approved the cost of $4,100 for the land study, bringing the total dollar amount to date up to just over $18,200. In final notes, the board heard about the upcoming Capital Improvements Project, or CIP, report for the airport. The board was informed that the FAA recommended during its October 30th meeting with board members that it considers an ALP update and the runway extension project for Runway 9 to be very important for the future at the Huntingburg Airport. Additionally, airport manager Travis McQueen issued a monthly fuel sales report for the airport. McQueen stated that more than 58,000 gallons of fuel were used this month, though consumption has largely been in high volume amounts. McQueen stated further that less businesses are flying through the airport at this point of the year, though he attributed that to a seasonal trend. Finally this evening, a local group at the Ferdinand Monastery is this year's beneficiary from an inaugural event. This morning at the Monastery of Immaculate Conception, DC Multisport presented the proceeds from this year's Ferdinand Folkfest Fondo to the Family Scholar House at the monastery, which serves single-parent families. The total amount raised, $5,071. DC Multisport President Kevin Manley says the inaugural Fondo was a great success.
When you start a new event, you have high expectations and you try to get as many cyclists and people involved. We had 77 cyclists that participated this year, but we were excited about the feedback that they gave us. They were very excited both days about the routes and how nice our roads are. And a lot of them offered to spread the word through the cycling community. So we feel very strongly that we're going to grow this event and it's going to continue to get bigger and bigger.
Sister Barbara Catherine Schmitz says the money will be of big help to the program. She says the program is off to a good start in the short time that it has been in existence.
It's going to help us continue what we have started, because we've been doing this for about a year, I think, and we probably have about 50 families that we have touched, and we're serving those on different levels. And basically what we try to do, we try to use the services or the resources that are in the area, and that's how we try to support the people.
Schmitz says the program is hoping to add residential housing in the future to further help the single parents. Coming up after the break, Carrie Schneider is back with our friends from the Du Bois County Humane Society, plus your local forecast, sports with Kurt Gooksell, and Inform featuring radio show host Tony Smith. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.